Okay, so a little over a week ago, our country got real shook up by the mass murder that occurred in Charleston, South Carolina. And since then, many discussions about race and race relations have emerged as a result. So today, I would like to talk about the right-wing hypocrisy that has been made evident by these discussions and about some of the things that we should be talking about but aren't. Alright? So specifically, I'm going to be addressing the debate over the Confederate flag and Bill O'Reilly's recent rants against people who simply acknowledge that racism exists in America. So, first of all, the Confederate flag. Most people know that the flag is a racist symbol that represents slavery. Yet, despite this, the flag still flies over the South Carolina state capitol. And apparently it takes the deaths of 9 people just to open up a discussion about this. Now, on this issue, I would like to address the cowardice that some politicians, including Nikki Haley and Mike Huckabee, have shown concerning the flag. So, when the debate first opened up, both of them, Nikki Haley and Mike Huckabee, when asked about the flag, kind of gave these wishy-washy answers. You know, they wouldn't really take a stance on it. You know, they didn't really condemn the flag. They gave non-answers, all right? Then, as the debate raged on, they began to see how vigorously opposed to the flag most people are. And now, after, you know, the big public opinion became evident, now they're calling for the removal of the flag as a result. And Nikki Haley is being touted as, you know, some sort of hero simply because she took a stance that she refused to take before public opinion became evident. And now that South Carolina politicians are finally doing the right thing and calling for the flag's removal due to public pressure, you know, people are using this to try to claim that, you know, oh, racism is pretty much dead. You know, people are trying to claim that racism is dead. But, you know, here's what I have to say. While we're having this debate over the Confederate flag, let's talk about some well-known public figures with a history of supporting the flag. Mississippi Governor Phil Bryant, political commentator Pat Buchanan, and South Carolina Congressman Joe Wilson, most famous for the "You Lie" outburst at the Obamacare debate. All these guys are members of the Sons of Confederate Veterans, a neo-Confederate group. And what's most hypocritical about this is that when Joe Wilson was accused of being a racist after the "You Lie" outburst, he vigorously denied it. You know, he acted like he was offended that we would call him a racist. But, you know, now perhaps he would like to answer why he is a member of the Sons of Confederate Veterans if he's truly not a racist. And on top of that, Ron Paul once gave a speech in front of the flag and talked about, you know, he talked about how he believed the Confederacy was right. Ann Coulter, she called the removal of the flag moronic. And Newt Gingrich, he had this incident a while back where he was asked about the flag, and, you know, in front of this cheering crowd, he declared his support for it. You know, so what I have to say on this, you know, it's easy to condemn a racist symbol. Where's the condemnation for the racist people who support that symbol? Think about it. So now I'd like to address the recent Bill O'Reilly rant that, you know, was pretty much against anyone who acknowledges that racism exists in America. So, you know, a few days ago, he went on this absolute tirade about how America's not racist and anyone who tells you different is un-American. You know, he was pretty passionate about this. It was probably the angriest I've seen him get since the famous "We'll Do It Live" incident. So anyway, he goes on about how anyone who claims that racism against blacks is prevalent is un-American, you know, talking about how tolerant America is and how you're un-American if you believe that, you know, white people are frequently racist against blacks. This is the same man who, when Obama got reelected, said with pain in his eyes that the white establishment was now the minority. His words, he said that. He said the white establishment is now the minority, and he almost burst into tears with, you know, sadness when he said this. So, anyway, you know, it's funny how a man who loves the white establishment so much feels the need to go on a rant about how America is not racist, you know? This is the same man who claimed a few weeks ago that if you're a Christian or a white man in the USA, it's open season on you. Those were his exact words, verbatim. So when people say that there is racism against blacks, you know, he immediately labels them un-American, yet he recently went on a rant about how much racism against whites there is. You know, So, if Bill O'Reilly truly believes, though, that white America is a super tolerant demographic that he claims it is, perhaps you would like to address these statistics. Most Republicans believe that Obama was born in Kenya even after the release of his birth certificate. 46% of Mississippi Republicans oppose interracial marriage, while only 40% support it. Nearly a quarter of self-identified conservatives countrywide don't support interracial marriage. Georgia Republicans have a higher approval rating of Paula Deen than they do of Martin Luther King. And last of all, according to Rasmussen, 49% of self-identified conservatives say that they think most blacks are racist. Now, a few days ago he had this argument with Kirsten Powers where he tells Kirsten that he is ashamed of her if she truly believes that most Americans are racist. She didn't even say most Americans are racist, but he tells her, he slams his fist and he says that he is ashamed of her if she truly believes that most Americans are racist. Yeah, according to this poll, 49% of conservatives believe that most blacks are racist. So if Bill O'Reilly is ashamed of anyone who says that most Americans are racist, is he ashamed of the 49% of conservatives who say that most blacks are racist? Or does Bill O'Reilly believe that it is only shameful to think that most white Americans are racist? I'd love to hear his answer on that. So anyway, that's all I have to say for now. Thank you for listening.